Here they go again, y'all. We got another one for you. This one happened in Chicago. Take a look and we'll talk about it in a few minutes.
Una rabia? I feel rage primarily because something like this has never happened before. And for it to be over a $50 bill just doesn't make any sense. A merciless beating caught on camera, all stemming from a dispute over the check. Before fists flew, a disgruntled customer went behind the bar and dunked the waitress's phone into a bucket after she was told she would not be getting a refund. The restaurant alleges both customers had finished most of their takeout order when they demanded a refund. That same customer then takes her frustrations out on the restaurant. She starts making a mess of the place. Employees tell me the waitress began to call 911, escalating the situation into an all-out melee. The beating continued for about 2 minutes, where both women were seen stomping, punching, and kicking the waitress. I came in, and when I heard what was going on, I was able to pull off one of her attackers. When we finally got them separated, one of them turned to me and started swinging. We're keeping that waitress identity anonymous here tonight. We can tell you, though, she is recovering, but she did suffer a broken pinky, bruises on her head, and cuts on her face, as well as bruised ribs. Tonight, the restaurant is calling on Chicago police to find those responsible. And tonight, Marta is not mincing words. She has a message for those responsible.
Que las vamos a encontrar.
I want them to know we're going to find you, whatever it takes. I'm putting everything I have into this. I have no doubt about it. We're going to find you. JC Navarrete, NBC5 News.
Porque la cosa con pero se te pega de ti y que todo es muy difícil. $50 for a whole day. I do not want to use $6. Not for me, I'll over TikTok. Well, did you do your job in looking at the menu and reading the menu and exactly everything that came in here? Well, it didn't say hot chocolate. Why you pressing? Oh, girl, how did you make? No te tengo aquí. I'm calling now. I'm calling now. They gotta get it. Have a look. I'm mad. I'm calling you. Can y'all leave? I'm mad. Nah, don't do that. You know that color.
I know it's a very stupid thing to ask right now because, should I say it's typical?
Yeah.
Should I say it's always expected for that to happen every time?
A certain demographic goes out.
Every time they go to these places? Should I say that? Is that all right with y'all? I know y'all tired of it because I'm tired of it. And I know she's tired of it too. We're all tired of it already. Because you know what happens? If they keep doing this all the time, what happens to us if we want to go out and have a good time and enjoy the atmosphere too? They're going to start judging us the same way too, right? But of course, you know, you know, this is some dusty shit right here. This is some low budget, dusty ass
behavior. I mean, this right here is ridiculous on so many levels, right? And it's always expected for the same type of demographic, the same type of people with
Pretty
the
much.
same look. That's why it's important. If you know you are different and you are a cut above the rest, represent yourself as such. All right? Verbally, intellectually, and physical appearance. Don't try to look like these bum ass bitches, because bum ass Bukishas always doing some bum ass shit.
This shit is pathetic.
This is pathetic. This is disgusting on so many levels, right? And nobody should tolerate this. Nobody with common decency. First of all, you're wrong. You ate the food. You ordered something.
Right.
You ate the food with your...
Right. Got their stomach full.
You ate the food, bought back out of the 6 tacos. You bought back 1. Now, my whole thing is this. If you realize that something wasn't up to your liking, right?
Yeah.
From the first to the second bite, at least, you're going to recognize or realize that,
Correct.
that the shit don't taste good.
Correct.
So at that point, you're going to be like, you know something? I'm not really feeling this. Second of all, it's a whole different culture,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Different foods. Maybe their
Correct.
palates are not... Maybe
They
their
should have never
palates-
took their ass in there
in the
if
first
that was
place.
the case.
Maybe their
Go
palates...
to the George Chinese restaurant, wherever the hell y'all normally
Go to
used to go.
McDonald's.
Go to McDonald's, wherever the hell it is right
But when
now.
they go to McDonald's, they cause the same problems.
Okay then, but
when
go
they
there.
go to the Chinese restaurant, what? They cause the same problems.
You go
That's
there-
why every time you go to certain stores, especially the Chinese restaurants in the hood, they always have up that plastic thick-ass partition to keep the jackasses out.
Yeah.
Okay? And my whole thing is this. Maybe their food was an acquired taste, one that they're not accustomed to. But you know what? Screw that. A greedy bitch is a greedy bitch. They eat anything.
That's
and I
right.
notice a lot of times they want to eat for free.
Yeah.
They want to eat for free.
It seemed like that's the thing they trying to do now. Now it's dine and ditch.
Yes.
Like, come on
Yes.
already. That shit is so low budget
But I
and
tell you
played
one
out.
thing. Every restaurant should have a cop waiting outside.
Yeah.
Just nonchalantly waiting for every idiot who think they're gonna dine and ditch,
And get away with it.
get arrested,
Or even have an undercover sitting right there.
get arrested and get charged. Because at some point, discipline needs to be put in place.
Right.
Okay? You ate the food. Obviously, the food was good enough. What happened? When you got back to the car, you was like, oh shit, I spent my last 50. I need to get gas to get out of here. No, let me tell you something. This shit was premeditated in the car because Niggly Bears always premeditate shit.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
We gonna eat her food on some real chicken head shit. We gonna eat her food, and when we finish, we gonna go back in there and say that shit was nasty. And we gonna get our money back. That's the fucking mentality that
Knock
they
it
have.
off.
That's the mentality. And it's to the point where it's like, how can you expect, right, to get your money back when services were rendered? Okay? Now, here's the thing. Once again, if you know that it wasn't good, you should have came back in with the food barely untouched.
Right.
All right? I'm not saying that they're going to reuse the food. They're going to toss it, of course, right? Because any
course.
decent eatery would. But on the same token, you can't eat the stuff and then say and make complaints. That's ridiculous. That makes no
Exactly.
sense. Okay? That just says that you on some bum-ass timing, and guess what? You can't afford what you just ate, and you want to
Exactly.
punk them because they're probably a different nationality, and you want to so-called get your money back. So because they didn't give you your money back, but they offered to make the food over,
Was
which
nice
is
and
all
nice
retro,
enough
which
to do
is
that.
all retro, they're still losing money.
Right.
Because, let me tell you
You
something.
just ate for free and they got to give it to your ass again for free?
A lot of you know me from
Come on, man.
what I do on the other channel, all right? And I'm into the cooking industry, deep in the cooking industry. And let me tell you something. When I go to the store to buy whatever I gotta buy in order to conduct whatever I gotta conduct for that video at that time, even when you go to, and I happen to meet or bump into a lot of different store owners because it's a store where it's like one of those big old Home Depots, not Home Depots, but food depots, where you get to meet all the bodega owners, all the grocery store owners, all the restaurant
Facts.
owners, and so on and so forth.
Facts.
And even for us, the price of food has definitely went up in cost. All right? So they have to, in order to make a profit, they have to charge a decent price, not only to pay the employees, but to pay the overhead, to keep the freaking lights on, and so on and so forth. So, it's like it's a lot for everybody. Not to mention, it's a lot to even get up and prep and cook and everything else.
Right.
And you want to walk into somebody's establishment.
And
you don't even know what
up.
these people is going through. And talk about you tearing up their stuff.
Ain't nothing in there below you.
Man, you lucky they ain't.
They should have punched you in your big ass belly, made you throw all that shit up. Make you throw it up. You know what y'all should do? Y'all should be they should give y'all community service. Have y'all clean up that whole
they
restaurant.
should get arrested. Get arrested. They should get arrested. Okay? And after you get arrested, when you come out, your ass is going to have 2 additional years of community service each.
Facts.
And then they should put you in a place to work where you have to serve people. Literally serve people. And teach your ass a lesson. That it's not easy being a server. And when you work, they should make your ass work for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, no doubt.
Work for free. Because that behavior is so unaccepted on so many levels. You waddled your ass over to the
back of the counter where you're not even supposed to be.
Belong. To take the lady's phone and literally dump it into the bucket. Do you not know that's hindering somebody from calling law enforcement? That's a hindrance preventing somebody from calling law enforcement. They could charge your ass with obstruction of justice just for that shit alone.
Y'all need to learn, man.
You're gonna do shit, learn legality.
Exactly.
In fact, you wanna do shit, just stay in the bed and continue sleeping. Don't even come outside. Just sleep all day. Trust me, you won't be missed.
And it's funny because
every time they enter into a vicinity, it's always some shit.
It's the same shit.
And then
over
with
and
what
over.
I do, people always say, "Oh, Tammy, get a restaurant. Tammy, get a restaurant." Tammy not getting a restaurant. Tammy like what she do, how she do it. And listen, let me tell you something. Y'all think y'all know Tammy, but y'all trust me when I tell you, don't know Tammy. You don't know Tammy.
Facts.
And the best thing for me is to do what I do, how I do it, like I said, because me in a restaurant setting, I'm the nicest person, but I could be I just leave it as that. Because that couldn't have been me. That's all I'm saying. It was not going to go down like that. And whether the cops show up or they don't show up,
somebody was getting
I can guarantee you
it was going down.
The ambulance better show up.
It's going down because
how dare you?
Y'all, it's
so
at
degrading
some point,
on so many levels, and not to interrupt you, but it's to the point where it looks bad on us as a whole. And then you find yourself having to be, it's not until people, after they finish like putting their nose up at you, decent people have to now feel like they have to make up for your mishap
10 times more.
You gotta, we're nice people, right? We're fair people. We don't go out and eat people's shit and don't pay them for it. If anything, we pay plus leave a double fucking tip.
Facts.
Okay?
Show your appreciation.
If the food is $50, we leaving you a $50 tip.
Yep.
If the food is $100, we leaving you a $100 tip. Because it's not easy. It's hard as heck. Not to mention good customer service. And then they'll be the first one. Our black men don't protect us. Protect you from what? Yourself? Protect you from what? Yourself? And let me tell you something.
Ridiculous.
Black men don't protect them from what? You're going out there causing problems. What do you need protection from? And they'll be the first one to gaslight a situation. You go out there to protect them, you get your ass popped. Now somebody's son is missing in action.
Exactly.
All because he wanted to so-called help protect a fucking Bukisha. When it comes to like the race, they're at the bottom of the totem pole. Because even the good ones who are actually striving and conducting business and standing on business, you got these idiots who's always in the limelight. That makes it bad for everybody. And it shouldn't have to be like that. In other cultures, whenever there's an outcast, as they like to refer to them as,
Right.
somebody who's acting out, the community comes together and they literally shun them out.
You'll
They are
never be allowed
considered
back
an
there.
outcast because guess what? We represent each other as a whole. You're not going to be out there showing yourself and we're going to be out here supporting you and basically bigging up what it is that you're
Right.
doing. No.
Trying to put
No.
on a smiley face
No.
just to soothe
What you're doing
you
is
did.
wrong.
Nah.
You lack discipline. You see anybody in the Asian community acting like an idiot? You see anybody in any community acting a fool? No. It's just a certain community that keeps showing off and showing out, and it's not in a good way. And it needs to stop because it doesn't look good.
Y'all can hit us up in the comment section. I'm sure y'all gonna be just as pissed as we are. Come on, you're tired of seeing it just like we tired of seeing it. You're tired of paying for their mistakes just like we paying for their mistakes.
As restaurant owners, now that this whole dine and ditch thing is on a rise, what I would tell a restaurant owner, considering I'm in the food industry, charge them 60% first.
No, get a credit card.
That's another thing.
Get the card at the door. Let me hold on to your
Let me
card.
hold your credit card
from
on
the
file.
time you staying here.
Yeah, let me
And
hold your
when
credit
you
card
leave,
on file.
I'm gonna cash out on that card and I'm gonna give you back your card. Matter of fact, give me your ID with it too, because I want to make sure it's your card.
Yes,
And you're gonna get
Yep.
all that back when we done with you.
exactly. And that's the best way to do it.
Because you ain't gonna come up in here and tear up the furniture, break the dishes, pull shit down from the ceiling. Nah, all of that shit gonna be added to that card, and you're gonna really learn your lesson that day when you leave that place. Anybody in their right mind, if you're a good, sound-minded person, you're gonna be tired of what you see all the time. Every time you go somewhere, every time you want to take your wife and your kids out to a dinner or something like that, you don't want to think about shit like this happening while you out there with your kids and all them hanging out with you. You want a safe environment.
Right.
Why every time we got to pay extra for their behavior, and even though we trying to tip heavy and bring a good atmosphere to the place, we paying extra for that. Just so that waiter could calm down with us and look at us different.
And hopefully not tamper with the food.
And hopefully not tamper with the food, spit in your food or whatever the case might be. Why we got to go through that? Because you can't behave yourself.
That's why when certain black people, they have a certain feature or characteristic to them, whether if their skin is a little light or whatever it is, they literally try to dodge the bullet and tell you that they're of a different race and different ethnicity. Can you blame them?
Listen, man.
But yet these are the same ratchets that want to be considered kings and queens.
Not today.
When you're
not
doing
tomorrow.
when they're acting out in jester-like behavior.
Not
What's
today.
king and queen about that?
You will never get that title. Because you're not representing for it. You'll
Might as
never
well
get
give it up to somebody else, a whole different race, and call it a day. Anyway, this video right here contains a lot of sensitive information. It's footage of what happened from beginning to end. Y'all tell us what you think. Leave your comments in the comment section. And for those of you out there who are doing your thing and being nice, disciplined people,
Continue doing it.
continue doing it.
Yeah.
We got you and we see you.
Continue doing it. I know it's tough. You got to dodge people like this. Every time you go somewhere, you see them
So
come
sick
through
of
the
it.
door. I know your energy changes because mine's do. You feel me?
This is sensitive content, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna show the whole video in its entirety, and we'll probably just cut the video off after this. But leave your comments, let us know what you think, and we'll catch you in the next video.